Hi, welcome to Paul's Tackle Reviews. My name's Paul Cresswell. The purpose of this YouTube channel is to give you some reviews of tackle and tips from out on the bank from an unbiased, unsponsored angler, and that's me. As I say with all of my videos, just because something works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you, but I'll try and give you all the information so you can make up your own minds. Today is another tip, and I'm looking at bristle grease, in particular black bristle grease. Now, we've all got different eyes. We all see things different colours slightly better. I personally have an awful lot of red coloured flows, a couple of yellow ones. Other people find other colours easier to see. But there are days when those traditional colours are more difficult to see. And what I think people have found over the years, I don't think this is revolutionary what I'm going to say, but a black tip against a white background, so maybe there's an awful lot of water in front of you and it's all clear skies, or maybe the sun's coming round, a black tip can be really helpful. We should all try and avoid straining our eyes and carrying on with a float we can't quite see, when really we can do things to make it much more visible. So the old way of doing this, and there'll still be a lot of people doing that, is a good old black marker pen. Get your float in, dry your tip, colour it black, and you're away. And that works really well in terms of visibility. However, getting that off the float is really difficult, and I rarely find that the float is the same once you put that on, and it's particularly difficult to take it off when you're on the bank as well. So if conditions are changing and you need to go to black, but maybe they change and you want to go back to your red or yellow, it's going to be very difficult to do that. The other thing I've also tried is taking the float and then putting very small pieces of black silicone on the top. And this works well. It is a bit fiddly to do. You need to carry various sizes with you that inevitably end up all over your side tray. But it can work well. It does make the tip thicker and it does kind of affect the way the float works, but it's easy to remove as well when you've done. My solution has been black grease, and bristle grease in red and yellow, I think Preston's do it mainly, has been around for years. Lots of people use it. I haven't personally used bristle grease. I do occasionally use Vaseline just to hold the float up a little bit when maybe it's sinking or the conditions say I need more, or just to provide ultimate sensitivity where you're dotting it down to an absolute pimple. It got me thinking though, the red and the yellow bristle grease, and I went on eBay and I ordered a very small pot of something called black grease, and I'll give you the search details later for eBay. And it's got 4 cc of black grease in there, so there is not a lot in there. And I paid, I think it was £5.70 for this, and you can see the black grease in there, and you might think that's ridiculous. I might well have overpaid for it, but I honestly think this little tub will probably last me 10 years, and it's also a nice little tub handy to put in your side drawer. So let's do a demo. So you've got your flow, and maybe you've shotted it down to maybe there because conditions are good and you want quite a sensitive flow, but you're struggling to see this against the light. What I would do is take this and dip it in the grease. and then throw it on the floor. There, all of a sudden we've got a bowl float with a small amount of grease just on the bit that you've got sticking above the water. Now I've done this, I've then shipped out, I've fished, I've caught fish, and this does not come off. It stays on really, really well. Doesn't affect the water, doesn't affect your line in any way. It works really well. And then when you're finished, all the conditions have changed back, so you want to go back to your normal one. I normally get my towel off the side tray. I've got a little tissue here. There we go. We're back to absolutely pristine. It has had no effect on that whatsoever. So you don't need to carry a float with a black tip anymore. You can just carry one or a duplicate, as I tend to do, but then change it as you need to do as you go along. I've done a video of this. Now, I don't know if I needed to do a video, and I didn't know whether it worked, and I'm not actually sure it has, because I'm not trying to persuade people of the benefit of having a black tip, because people already know that. People have been using bits of silicone or the pen to do that. But I'm going to put the video up now. I'm fishing around 10 meters. To demo this, I put quite a thick tip on. I put a 2mm Preston diamond on, and then went out and then went out with the blackened tip. I'm not sure you can see it. I then zoomed in 3 times, and I think you can see how the contrast works white on black. I don't know whether that worked. You might have found that interesting, but I think I don't need to sell the idea of black on white, but I do think this is a great way of doing it. So if you want to get some of this stuff, now there might be people out there who say, I've got loads of black grease because I'm a mechanic or whatever, and I think I can use that. That's fine. But for the rest of us, to get a little pot like that, if you put in your search engine on eBay, Team Associated Black Grease, I'll put it on the bottom, you will then find there's loads available. It's 5-6 quid, well worth it for what it is. Any tackling manufacturers out there, feel free to totally pinch my idea and market this, because I think it's something people would like to be able to buy and use. That's it for today. Quite a short video. Thanks very much for watching. I've got over 50 videos now on my channel if you want to have a look back at those. If you want to give me a like and a thumbs up, that's great. If you want to put any comments or questions below, I try and get back to people as soon as I can. I've got more videos coming in the pipeline, so if you hit that subscribe, then you'll get automatically notified of any future videos. Until next time, tight lines.